little dude, man, he made a heart-breaking scream, bro. I'm talking about he screamed in a way that I just feel like a grown man should scream, bro. It was a very disturbing noise. It was long, like a howl. And he screamed real loud. A heart-wrenching, heartbreaking scream. I told you I heard the first time, I heard it over and over and over and over and over and over and over. And then it eventually turned to like cries. And they was walking dude out the room, the little dude. And like from his butt all the way down to like his ankles, bro, was blood.
Affectionately nicknamed Peanut by his family at 5'2", 120 pounds at 14, young Peanut decided to hang with the wrong crowd. Those friends carjacked an individual with a toy gun. Young Peanut was sentenced as an adult and sent to max. Within a month of being in prison, he was beaten into where he lost hearing in one ear. He was sentenced to 20 years. Khalif Browder, the heartbreaking Netflix documentary, and the young man that was taken from the street with an accusation of stealing a book bag and sent to Rikers Island. Many videos surfaced of the brutality that Khalif experienced, and it got to a point where Khalif couldn't take it anymore. Regardless of the outpouring of love and support that he received, Khalif Browder took his own life. He couldn't fathom what he seen, what was done to him, what was taken from him. The infamous, the notorious Central Park Five. At a young age, they were ripped of their childhood and accused of a crime that they did not commit. Luckily, the brothers are striving and were awarded monetary gain, but we hear the sayings, if you do the crime, you do the time. But what if the time doesn't fit the crime? What if they're innocent? See, the other side of jail that's not being talked about is the abuse, the psychological effects that are taking place and are occurring with the men that still have nightmares based on their time, and some of which are innocent, some of which are wrongfully convicted, and some of which are handed harsh sentences for crimes they never committed. Now, when you're behind jail, we hear these stories and we hear rumors, but the fact is that many grapes are taking place behind the jail, and they don't view it as homosexuality. They think that's manly to be able to take something from another man. Some of them are coming home with STDs, and I watched a story with a man returning with AIDS because he was raped by men that were bigger than him. They see this as a badge of honor. They see this as you being a strong man to be able to take a man's manhood. But what happens is the screams, the effects, the psychological effects that take place. So jail, ask yourself, is this really worth it? Is this where I want to see myself? Because what happens behind there, we'll only hear stories about. But we know that they're real. We know that the cries that these inmates have heard are real, the stories that they've seen. Most inmates, when they tell these stories, they say they can remember the smell of the first time they knew a man was raped. They can smell it from the men feces, from someone ripping apart their insides. This is what occurs. So while jail, if you do the crime, you do the time, but ask ourselves, is it a problem here? Are some sentences harsher than others? Are some people being sent into situations where they shouldn't be? Maybe young Peanut doesn't deserve to be tried as an adult at the age of 15 and sent to max prison and to be beaten. We can only imagine what's happening to him behind bars. Khalif Browder couldn't take it anymore because he couldn't live psychologically with what took place. And he didn't steal the book bag. So ask yourself, is it a problem here? Do we have a problem? Is it a problem with homosexuality? Is it a problem with the assaults that are being taken place? Is it a problem with the men having their manhood stripped from them by a larger man only for him to be viewed as gallant? I don't know. I have my conclusion. As I always say in all of my videos, now you draw yours. As always, stay true to you. Please make sure to like, comment, follow, share this video to spread awareness and support your fellow creators. We're all in this together. Stay true to you.